Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Yanga Mangisa and I bring you all the info that I can provide when it comes to applying for the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. Yep, bring you all the info that I can provide for you. And if you have any questions, please comment on the comment section and I'll gladly answer your questions. And if I don't know how to answer your questions, well, I'll definitely pass on your questions to someone that I know can answer, because years changed and regulations change, and also the scholarship rules change. But yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I hope you're here to stay. And yes, I know we're not consistent with uploading on this channel, but we bring you all the info that you need for your scholarship. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yanga Mangisa. I'm a South African that has lived in Hungary for 4.5 years. Studied and worked in Hungary. So yeah, now we are in that phase of people preparing to go, actually people preparing to move to Hungary on the scholarship. And at this point, people did come through and were asking about their visa, how do they apply for the visa, and all that. Well, congratulations to everyone that has been awarded the scholarship. And I hope you guys were able to get into your first choices, because I know sometimes you get your first and you apply for your first and second choice, but you get accepted or get awarded the scholarship on for your second choice. So I hope you guys are very happy and excited to be moving to be preparing to move to Hungary. So yeah, so I have my MacBook here because I want to take you guys through to the process of how it went down on my side. So I have my emails opened here, the ones from 2020 when I received the scholarship, and also I have the SH website opened, which is also where I also received the information. So without wasting any time, let's get on to it. Congratulations to everyone that has been awarded the scholarship, and I hope you make it your best opportunity. So now, as the person who applied, you already received the email that says you have been awarded the scholarship. So now you are the one who has to click on that and accept the scholarship. And then now you are going to be applying for your visa. Please note that this information is mostly relevant to South Africans. So if you are from another country, please consult with your fellow people, if I may put it that way, because the information that I'm providing is based on the South African Department of Higher Education and Training. So yeah. And so now you've accepted the offer, you're waiting for the visa, and I think some of you guys have already received their kind of emails from DHEAD about the visa. So after you have received you've been awarded the scholarship, actually, you will receive an email from the Hungarian government. And so I'll be reading some of my emails. Sorry, this one was from the Hungarian Government Scholarship. We are pleased to inform you that you have been nominated for the Hungarian Government Scholarship 2020. Kindly note that this is a nomination and not an award of the scholarship. The final decision on acceptance is made by the Hungarian institution or institutions that you applied on your application. So this one was like around March, and I feel like this year's process was very slow, if I may say, but nonetheless it went well. And then for us, we had the COVID, so I will not go through with that part. And then I had my entrance, and then this one, it was when they told me that I received an offer letter from my uni, Budapest Business School, which was in April 29th. And yeah, oh yeah, And then there were people then who did not have their certificates because of COVID. So for me, I was not straight out of uni by that time. I had all my certificates, so that one does not matter. And yeah, and then just one moment. Okay, and then now they were asking us about our passports. For us, we had a lot of we had a lot of administration because there people did not have their certificates because of COVID. Other people could not collect their passports because of COVID. So it was very it was very it was very messy and it was a long process. So you guys won't gonna have to go through that one. So and then here they were telling us that you'll be required to apply for your visa at the Hungarian embassy in Pretoria as soon as we get information on how the Hungarian embassy will handle the visa process. We will send it to you. So basically, DHEAD is the one that's going to be conveying information. So they will get the information from the Hungarian embassy, and then DHEAD will convey the information to you as their awardee for the scholarship. And then other people don't have passports. And yeah, if you don't have a passport, and then there were lockdown regulations. So now, if you are someone who doesn't have a passport but you have been awarded the scholarship, I hope you have made your appointment to Home Affairs to actually make your passport. For me, I was applying for my smart ID like recently. It took 1 month for me to receive it. So I don't know how long a passport takes. So please, if you have been awarded the scholarship, now should have been the time for you to actually make an appointment for Home Affairs to go and process your passport, because now you know you've been awarded the scholarship and you're gonna need that passport to go and apply for your visa. So yes, passport, don't forget. And yeah, so then you literally just receive emails from your uni now. And sorry, they call the people academic mobility division. So yeah, I forgot, there's a name that we usually give to them, but I forgot the name. But there's someone who's literally responsible for sending you emails from your uni to, yeah, from your uni, the one that you accepted the offer from. And then with that, now at this point you are literally preparing for your to apply for your passport. You're preparing for your visa appointment. The visa appointment, you will get all the info through DHEAD. And then your uni will be also sending you offers on accommodation and proposal. So with accommodation and proposals, for me, I would highly suggest taking the uni options, because Hungary, the rent is expensive, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The rent is expensive. Even with the accommodation from the university, you still need to top up a bit, but it's not gonna be as much as when you are paying rent. So I would highly suggest that you take the offers from the uni, just for you to, like, let's say for 1 year you stay in the dormitory, and then after you seek accommodation. But before this video ends, I'm gonna speak about accommodation as well, like what are your options and what to look at as someone who's gonna be moving this soon. So you'll also be getting accommodation offers and proposals from your uni. And what else? Let's see. And then okay, and then the schools usually will be closing, and then there will be limited information that you'll be receiving, but that's okay, because now in Europe it's summer break. it's summer break and they're going to be resuming school in September. When they resume schools in September, which will be a new year for them, it's when you guys are also will be studying there. So yep. And yeah, then there's accommodation, and then on in August the 7th, I received an email to me. First of all, we would like to extend our sincere congratulations to you on being awarded the Stipendium scholarship to further studies in Hungary. Kindly see the exact details of the visa application process and requirements. Now, at this point, DHEAD had sent me an email, and then they provided me with 3 possible dates for me to actually take for my visa appointment, which was in Pretoria, will be in Pretoria even for you. So I chose one date from the one that he had provided, and then I received now an email from the consulate in Pretoria. The venue says Embassy of Hungary, visa section, and the whole address. And then my time was 9 a.m. It was on the 14th of August 2020. And then they sent all the forms that they needed from me. There was a form, appendix 14, but you guys also received the info. They wanted the passport, they wanted 2 photos, they wanted the letter of admission, they wanted from my university, which was Budapest Business School. They also required the letter of award, which was issued by Tempus Foundation. So you will receive the same email if you have not received it yet. And then yeah, they literally write everything that they need from you. They just also confirm your appointment. And luckily for me, when I applied for the scholarship, D had handled majority of the costs. I don't know if COVID was a blessing in disguise or what, but yeah, it was D-Head who mostly handled the cost. I don't even want to lie. And then you also going to receive an email from your mentee from your uni. So they also have those things, mentor and mentee. So you get to select, you select online, and you randomly select someone you don't even know, and then they start communicating with you. Though that is someone that will be responsible to show you around your uni. They will provide information. So it's like seniors and juniors, so kind of vibe. That's what it's about. So I also received an email from my mentee, and what else did I receive? So for me, luckily I had received 2 scholarship offers. It was China and also Hungary. So now, because they were all under DHEAD international scholarships, so I had to send them an email telling them why I'm not accepting the Chinese offer. So I was like, I would like to send my gratitude to the department for granting me the scholarship. Fortunately, I have been granted 2 of the scholarships, China and Hungary. I have accepted the Hungary scholarship and I've signed the relevant documents, and I would like to decline the Chinese scholarship. Thank you for both opportunities. So that was my life. Guys, when you get to choose, yeah. But do I regret my decisions of choosing Hungary over China? Nope. Nope. I needed to go do my master's in Hungary. It's okay. That was 1 year. So if I'm ever to get an opportunity to study international game, yeah, for me Hungary was fine for master's level, like in terms of the years and also yeah, all that. And yeah, and then after that whole process, because for us we were using Bidvest card, we still had to apply for the Bidvest card. So DHEAD was sending us information about Bidvest bank world currency where they were going to be sending our stipends on, and how we can apply for that card. But I will not share that information because DHEAD no longer uses Bidvest anymore, so the stipends are actually sent to the South African bank account. So that one is not relevant for you guys. So good, right? And whew, and then the Hungary scholarships started sending emails as well. So they, they keep motivating you guys about congratulating you guys about receiving the scholarship, and they were like, then they send you information about registration, university registration, and then we had also had quarantine, which is not relevant for you guys. We're not in a pandemic, not like that. And then you also had information about accommodation, which I will speak about as well. And then they sent emails about scholarship benefits, international travel. Yeah, international travel. And yeah, because sorry, DHEAD is the one that books flights for us. So, and then after you sign the code of conduct, oh guys, they send you the code of conduct. Like, we received the code of conduct in August 21st, and then there was a virtual pre-departure briefing, but it's usually done face-to-face in Pretoria. So yeah, it's usually done in Pretoria face-to-face. Ours was virtual because of COVID. We missed some face-to-face interactions because of COVID. So yeah, that briefing is usually done in Pretoria. They had funds the whole thing. You just have to get yourself there, and then when's where that thing, and you guys meet before you go. I think it's also a nice way to actually interact with South Africans face to face before you go to Hungary. Because for me, guys, I didn't know any groups, I didn't know any YouTube channels, I didn't know nothing. I was just, when they say you are, at this point, I would say I was led by faith. Namas, I was led by faith. It's okay, so today this is what, okay, there's a visa application process. Okay, I'm applying. My family found out in August that I'm actually going to be leaving the country, and I was going to be leaving the country in September. They only found out in August. And I'm sorry, but I don't have any regrets telling them in August, guys, because I told them in August, and then I started hearing people I never told. Like, people I never even told them about the scholarship. I had them asking me, let's see, when are you leaving? I was like, parents. One thing about parents, Jim, they will be very excited. They will want to share it with the world. But I wish they can understand that some things we just want to keep until you have crossed the borders. Then people can start seeing that you are not there anymore. But yeah, I told them in August and September I was leaving. So they were shocked, and they got over the shock, guys. I can't, like, no one died, like, during, yeah, and then you get your letter, yeah, and then now the uni will start sending you emails about your arrival, like a questionnaire, and also rules for students entering Hungary. Ouch. What else? And then you will receive your code from your uni, which they call Neptune code. So it's the number that you actually use to, it's not a student number, but it's your Neptune code, that because they use the Neptune system in Hungary for studies. So that is where you start registering for your subjects. Guys, you register for your subjects by yourself online. You're not gonna go to the school to register. That is a nice system, but if you're not familiar with the system, it is complicated. So do you ask someone who's in the same course as you what subjects they took on this first semester, so that you can apply for the right subject, because also applying for the wrong subjects, it costs you. Sometimes they might be clashing in class, or maybe it's a subject that is done in the third or in the fourth semester, and when you applied it for the first semester, which it doesn't make sense. So please consult with people who are actually doing the same course as you. Never be afraid to ask for advice, especially guys, you are in a foreign country. Please ask your fellow classmates. And what else do they say? Oh, yeah. So yeah. And then for us, they wanted quarantine information, like where you're gonna quarantine when you reach Hungary. That was a very, 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 very important information for them. Yeah, guys. And so for me, yes, I'm seeing some things because schools opened in September 7th, yeah, and this girl was still in South Africa. No, I was still in SA. So I I really, 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 I really, really hope you guys will push to sorry, I really hope you guys will push um to have your flights booked during the first and second week of September. Sana, because school starts and kuvele kube tricky, like it becomes tricky, guys, and it becomes very tricky because classes, they start and you are not there, because on the 15th of September I was still in South Africa, and there was a group task at my uni. My class, they had a group task, and we had to choose groups, and I'm not even there. So please make sure that you get your travel things Ubepa on the first list, because the list usually comes from DHEad, but push that you have all your stuff ready ASAP. And what was this? Okay, there was a questionnaire from the uni, and yeah, Sana quarantine, and yeah. Then your girl, my flight was on the 26th of September. Oh, that one was from East London. Sorry, yeah, I left East London on the 26th of September, and I was gonna Johannesburg, and then Johannesburg I was gonna leave like very late, I think. Yeah, no, I was arriving at OR around. What is this? Hold on. Yeah, Johannesburg. Yeah, guys. Now I'm seeing a lot of sorry flight details and stuff, but hey, bekuningi, guys. But also, please double check your tickets, because there was a point I was booked for light travel. That time I'm gonna have big luggage. In Johannesburg, I have checked in luggage, but when I was flying from East London to Joburg, my flight details were like luggage wise, it was not making sense. But anyways, and for me, I was departing on the third batch. I was traveling on the third batch. Now I'm even seeing this. So me and Magazi we were both traveling from the Eastern Cape. Guys, I don't even remember saying these things because I'm like, I met Magazi at the airport. And I didn't even remember seeing the email that says me and he were traveling from the same airport. But yeah. Oh. Yo. Guys, this thing is very tricky because with the different batches, I think it's alphabetical order. Because when I look at everyone that's on this list, it's literally in alphabetical order. So I don't, yeah, so you don't get to choose which batch you are in, which is very tricky because unis, they just open very early. And hi, son, it becomes tricky. So yeah, and then I was on the third batch. I think that was the last batch, probably because yeah, I think that was the last batch because they even reached the Z. I don't know. So like 13 of us on the third batch, and yeah, Sana, and we're departing on the 26th of September. But yeah, we had a delay anyways, so that was something else. We had a delay. Oh, son. And then this was me communicating with someone who was in charge of accommodation for our unit. Oh, dislike that guy, that short guy. Okay, so guys, I've read briefly the emails and all that jazz. So I will tell you what happened to me briefly because I already went through the process. So for me, with the visa application, they had sent all the info as I was reading on the emails for you guys. And then after I selected the appointment, they had paid for my flight from East London to Johannesburg, and then they booked accommodation for me. So my flight was actually on the day that I was having my visa appointment because my visa appointment was at 9 a.m. So they had booked me the morning flight, and then they told me that I'm gonna be sleeping in Johannesburg after my appointment, and they had booked me at I think it's Garden Court, the hotel next to the airport. But yeah, it's very close to OR Tambo. I think it was Garden Court. And then they booked me there, and I had a chauffeur that picked me up from the airport and took me to the embassy in Pretoria. So straight from the airport to the embassy, waited for my appointment, and then yeah, waited for my appointment. Was it the same day? Now I'm very confused. Yeah, I had a morning flight. Yes, I definitely did have a morning flight. And then you know how expensive flights are for like the evening flight, and also you never know what would go on in the embassy, how long the appointment might be. So you can't really estimate. So they booked me the morning flight from East London to Johannesburg, had a chauffeur for me that would pick me up from the airport straight to the embassy, and then the chauffeur left and then had to come and pick me up around 2. But I was not done with my appointment, so they still had to wait. So when I got there in the consulate, there was a lady in the front desk. So you can only go inside the embassy at the time of your appointment, so like maybe like 5 minutes before, but you can't be super early. If you're super early, you're not gonna get inside because there's someone else inside. So they're very strict on time. They're also very strict on how many people they can allow inside. So yeah, there was that. And yeah, so I went through in the reception, and then I went inside. You guys know how scary those government places, those serious government offices are. You know, the ones that they can only allow one person at a time or 2 people at most. Very scary. There was one person, the lady was facing me, so I sat down, we spoke. we're like having a conversation. Like we're literally having a conversation about Hungary, and then she was asking me what I'm gonna be doing in Hungary. Of course, she knows why I'm there and why I need the visa, but she was just, yeah, well, getting to know me and wanting to hear it from me why I'm there to apply for their visa. And yeah, we spoke, told her I got the scholarship, and yeah, I got the scholarship. So I'm gonna be going to Hungary, so here for the visa. And for me, it did. I don't actually even think that they do decline visas for students, because my you already have the acceptance letter, you have been awarded the scholarship, so what more do you need? I can't provide my bank like financial status because I've been awarded a scholarship, so the scholarship is supposed to sustain me in this country. So I don't even think they do deny visas to students. Namahas. But anyways, had that conversation with the lady, and then she was telling me about Hungary, how Hungary is, and asked me a little bit of questions about what I know about Hungary. And for me, I was practically honest, because guys, I didn't do much research. I don't even want to lie, I didn't even do much research about the scholarship, because I sent my application the day they were closing the applications, and I only found out about the scholarship 3 days before. So yeah, I didn't even do research about the country. I said, oh guys, now I was just moving. Gee, I was moving like a wind at this point. And yeah, I had my my visa appointment interview, and then I was done. I left, and my chauffeur was already outside, and he took me to the hotel. Yeah, I think it's Garden Court. Yeah, he took me to the hotel. I went there, and then I got dinner. But then, because it was during those COVID times, I couldn't go have dinner downstairs, so they brought dinner into my room. I checked in actually, because I had not checked in, because I left straight from the airport to the consulate. So checked in, got my room key, then they brought my dinner. I had dinner, and in the morning they brought in breakfast. So everything was literally just brought into your room, because Galopo, we're living in the pandemic times. Oh, Sana. So there was not even exploring, because hi G. You know, when you feel like when you're like you're traveling for a certain purpose, this is the only thing that I did in Joburg that time. And yeah, and then I slept in the morning. I remember I had a video call with Ubusi, and then I slept, and literally that time, that's when everything else was sinking, that I'm leaving the country. um yeah, that's when everything was sinking, that I am leaving the country. So yeah, and I slept, and then my chauffeur came back in the morning to come and fetch more, took me to the airport, and I was off back to East London. So for that process, D had paid for everything: chauffeur, hotel, yeah, all of that. But then I heard from the next intake that they had to travel, they have to cover their own travel costs to the embassy in Pretoria. So guys, as I said, things change, finances change, terms and conditions change, and benefits change as well. So I was lucky. I was lucky for that intake, for the 2020 intake. We were lucky. Like Uti had held us like this. And I think we're also the first cohort that was receiving was it? Yeah, I think we were receiving 5,000 rands for the stipend. Yeah, we're the first cohort. That's when they increased the stipend. So we came with blessings, guys. We're coming with the pandemic, or from the pandemic, but we came with blessings. We came with blessings, guys. So yeah, with the other intake, they did things differently. So just consult with anyone that was uh that was from last year's intake, what benefits they got from DHEAD, and what DHEAD was not covering, what DHEAD was covering, so that you can financially be prepared. But all I know is that they do cover flights, guys. Don't worry, they do cover flights. There was a point when I was a policy officer and DHEAD said they don't have money to cover, they don't have funds to cover flights. So anyone who has money, they can book their flights. People book their flights. After that meeting, people did book their flights. A week later, they had funds. So yeah, there's also that. So hi guys, what else did I say? I was gonna speak about accommodation, ne? Oh, for me personally, guys, I highly suggest taking the dormitory accommodation. If you are doing masters for that 1 year, please take it. And for bachelors, you can also do the same. Excuse me. So actually, I think for the first year, just take what the uni has to offer. Apply for that university accommodation that they usually send the forms in, and take that option. It'll give you 1 year to actually save up your money so that you can travel in summer. Yes. And and also, yeah, you'll find time to save. And then after, like when you are in Hungary, you will get an opportunity to scout accommodation. You'll scout accommodation. And also another thing, private accommodation is expensive in Hungary, and the prices, they go up in September, because that's when you guys are coming into the country, and that is when schools start the new year. So I highly suggest taking the uni accommodation. And some of the accommodations from the unis usually need to top up, and then you can enjoy your stipend. And then after 1 year, you can scout. Actually, even before 1 year ends, you can start scouting just to familiarize yourself with that. But then if you are someone who has the means and the finances for private accommodation, because in other dormitories you can be 3 people in a room, you can be 4 people. That's not your house. So yeah, that's not your mama's house. So yeah, if you have funds and all that jazz to afford private accommodation, you can start looking. Just to let you know that there are Facebook groups. Just that I don't have my phone here. There are Facebook groups, flats in Hungary. Like, you can find them on Facebook, and also Facebook Market. That is where people find accommodation in Hungary, on Facebook. But also, you have to be very, very careful, because I think starting from last year, there were a lot of scams when it came to accommodation. Someone will be posting like a very, very nice place. Matter when you see like good price, nice place, very suspicious, because we know the pricing of rent in Hungary. Some are very suspicious. So if you are not familiar with the pricing range in Hungary for accommodation, please consult with us. Yeah, just ask. Don't be scared to ask. And yeah, and also Budapest is big, so there's different districts. So check where your school or your uni is located, and also check the district that you'll be living in. Yes, public transport is amazing, but you don't want to be so far from the uni. Like, you don't want to be living in the first district and then your uni is in the, where was mine? In the 5th district. It might sound a bit closer, but the first district and second district, all those places, they are far. They are far. And yeah, what else did I leave out? So yeah, consult with people, check Facebook groups, and if you see a post, you can just screenshot and usbuze. Don't be scared to ask, because like for me and my friend, she was in South Africa and I had to view a place on her behalf. Like, people, they do that. You can ask someone if Maybe you'll be studying in Debrecen, you saw a very nice apartment, and you want to see if it's genuine. And yeah, and also please do remember, in Hungary, if you're renting private, they'll want 2 months deposit, 1 month rent. So you are paying a rent for 3 months when you are moving into an apartment. Please note that. So yeah, if you have that kind of money, if you have that kind of ka-ching, you can see private accommodation. But I would suggest that live in a dorm, like even for 1 year, guys. Okay, get the experience living with international students, and maybe your classmates will be there as well. That support system, and yeah, navigating, studying abroad. So yes, guys, that's all the info I have for you. Your visas and accommodation, and all the best to you guys. I don't know what info I'll be sharing with you guys after this one, because it's visa, accommodation. Maybe you guys will want a video on what to pack, what not to pack. Your pre-departure things. But yeah, for now I will stick to this one. I'll stick to this info. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I've seen your some of you guys have spoken to on Instagram, and you have your questions. I answered, and I hope this video gives you more depth. Gives you more depth on the info that you guys have asked me on Instagram DMs. And yeah, from my side, thank you. And I owe you guys a life update, but for now we're gonna be sticking to the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. So all the best with your visa, your passport, and your accommodation endeavors. All the best, and congratulations for being awarded the scholarship. See you on the next video. Bye.
Good morning, graduate.
Good morning.